Welcome to Modern Hackers. Please subscribe and do not forget to like the video if you have enjoyed. This is the Part 1 build episode of the Mercedes W204 Alpha model made recently available this kit for build. I will go with this orange metallic design. If you see on my Facebook channel and share to the community, you could see also many different renders. I will integrate with the hobbydesign BBS wheels. Immediately I went into challenge, how to fit this hobbydesign with Alpha model. I made a converter, a wheel converter. I made the STL, the 3D printable converter file available on Cool3D. You can go download for free. If you print these converters, you will be able to easily integrate the hobbydesign wheels with Alpha model kit itself, especially fit for this Mercedes-Benz model. I'm recommending orientation point of view not to have any support on the wheel caps, then you get a cleaner build. The print came out well. You can find in the video description the 3D model, also the resin, the 3D printing details. So because it will be with a custom wheel integration, I have modeled this integration with this Vallejo masking liquid I use for temporary fixture. These wheel modules I just attached to measure the right distance of the wheels if needed to sand. Remove from the support the prints. It went without issues. I used this time Anycubic resin, DLP Craftsman resin, beige color. It's good because you can prime it with different colors like gray. I had to tighten the hobbydesign wheel cap holes for the screws because I made an enhanced version of wheel hub where the wheel caps and the wheel screws are a bit thicker, more durable than the built-in ones. The built-in ones in this hobbydesign kit also 3D printed and might fragile and might damaging easily. So in this design you get a 1mm size diameter wheel cap wheel hubs. Also in this Cool3D design you can have option also to use the built-in wheel hubs, so you have two options you can find in the Cool3D page. And with this adapter the hobbydesign wheel became easily usable with Alpha model kit as well. I temporarily fixed the wheel with the wheel front face just to see the distances with this liquid mask. After I could adjust the right length of the wheel hub because it's a resin molded kit, so might not 100% is the same distance each wheels. You just need to adjust a little bit, not much. I shrink a little bit the brakes, the discs from the brakes to have better space for the wheel. There were a spacer area which could be sanded down. After I removed the temporary fixture to have final alignment and final checks, especially the balance of the wheel, center, left or right, are there any challenges or issues? And I realized that the center is a little bit left and not really on the center, so I had to adjust a little bit to the right, to go a little bit right. it was easy to fix, just a small sanding were required. And after I had enough space, enough center space, here you go. I cleaned the lines, the panel lines. For every model kit you have to do this. For this Mercedes W204, I think everything was pretty much good, in a good shape, but I a little bit added extra weight for the lines and the panel lines, because I'm expecting paints and expecting clear coat onto that. This classic Mercedes has so many panel lines. I was a bit surprised. But it was easy to tighten because the base panel line on this Alpha model was good. In this left-right fender I had to a little bit extend the line to have full coverage on the surface. And this panel line tightener tool went well, did not jump out from the panel line, because it means that Alpha model equipped with the right panel line by design. So I did not encounter any real issue. Also you have some panel lines under the window area also. The back side of the car also. The fuel tank area. It's a classic where you have to, and I use different tool for that. Also on the front bumpers you have areas that you should check, clean. The rear underneath bumpers spoiler area was a bit challenging. I had to make extra space to it, this element. It was not fitting 100%, so I had to remove some material, make the fitting. After went good, fitted right. Sanded with 1000 grit sanding sponge, Tamiya sanding sponge. Area. I did not see any difficult areas. It was rather a sanding for adhesive point of view, to let the primer stick properly. A little bit widen and open the door handles holes to have enough space after the painting. I gave an IPA alcohol bath for the body and components to have ready for priming and painting, because this is a resin kit, might some grease on it and not yet ready for painting. It's better to bath it down, and you need to monitor that if one is enough, 1 or 2 or 3 times you have to do it. If the area surface is getting clean after the bath. Clean means it's getting a little bit matte. So after the sanding, after the wet coat and wet bath, it should be matte. And if not that the case, You need to pass again. If you skip this step, that's also okay, but in this case you have higher chance to have the more difficult to get on the paint. I went with primer, Mr. with Mr. Color 1000 Surfacer primer for the base coats of the body. I primed with 2-3 layers with this base surfacer, thick coat to it. This is a lacquer based primer, so you should wear some masks and you should use some lacquer thinner. I use this gray because it's fitting well for this yellow resin part, and you can see the areas which already primed, and this gray helping to figure out any imperfections of the body. You should not rush with this method, because this is the only step when you can fix the shape and the body and the problems. Any resin problems or sanding problems you can see on this step. So I applied 1000 surfacer and after the 1500 primer. That's a more thinner primer. The 1500 has a bit different color, but also gray. This time I used a thinner airbrush, thinner nozzle. I painted also with gray primer the parts, the body, shell, the bottom shell. Also the hobbydesign extensions prime with the same method. The small parts I just went straight forward with the 1500 primer. For the body I used first the surfacer, the 1000 surfacer. You should not over prime small parts, otherwise not fitting. I'm priming each part with gray for being able to see any imperfections, problems. I use apply this equally without any excuse, and it helps also to sticking the paint to the body and to the surface of any of the elements. So it's a dual purpose activity. It consumes time, takes time, but worth the investment. For the small parts you should not overspray. During the priming of this driving dash, I found some imperfections. On a later stage of the video, we will fix this, but at least get the primer on. Same to the wings. For the wings, you can see there is a built-in attachment to that. So for the perfect look, I removed and I primed this wing again later. For the interiors, I also primed. Cage elements, so you can build this car as a sports car with sports seats. We go with the sports seat and the cage, as we also have custom wheels on it. Exhaust element. Driving wheel components, central panel components. The wipers are resin wipers and not metal wipers in this kit. The photo edge details, they are in this protective cover, and I removed all of the photo edge details from the base plate, first with the knife. After I sanded the edges with this small rotation sander device, sander tool, it's much easier to sand down and you don't need to precisely cut, you just sand down to the shape surface where you want to be. I worked out this is the easiest way to deal with photo edge details. These wheel hub components, you need to bend it to the shape. These multiple small legs, 180 degrees. To the backside, flip to the backside without breaking it. The disc brakes, they are generally metal brakes, not carbon brakes, so in this case you need to simulate some rotational lines, and I used the Dremel tool and sanded for showing the lines. As I mentioned to you, I fixed also the driving dash imperfections. By design, this was there at two places. Maybe it's a molding issue. And the surfacer helped to see it. I did apply the extra panels. I'm also priming the photo edge details for sticking easier the real paints on the top. Where it's needed in some cases, I'm also clear coating. Here are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed. Fix the driving dash. I'm also priming the photo edge details for being able to stick easier the real paints, and in some cases we will also clear coat. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for watching Modern Hackers. Please do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you have enjoyed.